"No crime here," she declared, handing the officer a document. "The boat was impounded for violating Regulation 42B. It's HOA property now. Sue me if you want, but I know real estate law. That boat's gone." In the community of Lakeside Haven, Ethan Caldwell's life took a dramatic turn when he found himself at odds with the domineering HOA president, Eleanor Voss. Once a peaceful resident, Ethan's world was upended as he faced relentless challenges imposed by Voss, who wielded her power with an iron fist. His initial experience in the gated community of Lakeside Haven was nothing short of a dream come true. Surrounded by lush greenery and serene lakes, the idealized setting offered a perfect backdrop for his aspirations, particularly his longing to own a boat and explore the serene waters. The peaceful atmosphere was complemented by friendly neighbors who greeted him warmly and shared stories of their lives in this picturesque enclave. However, as Ethan settled in, he quickly became aware of the community rules enforced by the HOA, which aimed to maintain the neighborhood's charm. While the regulations were designed to foster harmony, they also hinted at the underlying tensions that would soon surface, setting the stage for the challenges Ethan would face in his pursuit of happiness in Lakeside Haven. Ethan's first encounter with Eleanor Voss, the formidable HOA president, left a lasting impression. Her imposing presence, characterized by a sharp gaze and an air of authority, commanded respect and instilled a sense of unease. During her unexpected visit to Ethan's home, she meticulously reviewed his property, her strict adherence to HOA rules evident in every word she spoke. The significance of her visit became clear when she handed him a violation notice, citing minor infractions that seemed trivial yet carried heavy consequences. "Communities like ours thrive on rules," she said at his door, her tone laced with menace. "I hope you're a team player, Mr. Caldwell." This moment marked the beginning of an escalating conflict as Ethan felt the weight of her power and the rigidity of the HOA's regulations. What started as a simple misunderstanding quickly transformed into a battle of wills, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown between Ethan and Eleanor in Lakeside Haven. As weeks passed, the number of violation notices Ethan received from Eleanor Voss escalated alarmingly. Her relentless enforcement of community rules felt like a personal vendetta, with each notice more trivial than the last, from untrimmed hedges to the placement of his garden gnomes. Despite his genuine attempts to comply, Ethan found himself overwhelmed, often spending weekends rectifying issues that seemed insignificant. In a misguided effort to connect with Eleanor, he tried to engage her in conversation, hoping to find common ground, but his overtures were met with cold indifference. She spent the visit sniffing out more violations and left with a smirk that screamed trouble. This constant barrage of notices and her unyielding demeanor began to take a toll on Ethan's life, leading to mounting frustration and tension. What once was a peaceful existence in Lakeside Haven was now overshadowed by the oppressive weight of Eleanor's scrutiny, pushing him closer to a breaking point. Jack Harper, Ethan's neighbor, was a retired cop with a wealth of experience and a keen understanding of human nature. Having spent decades on the force, Jack had seen his fair share of power struggles, and he recognized the same patterns in Eleanor Voss's behavior. Over a casual chat, Jack warned Ethan about her notorious reputation within the community, sharing stories of her past confrontations and the lengths she would go to enforce her will. "She's been a nightmare since her husband died 5 years ago," he said, his weathered face creased with disdain. "It's like she's got something to prove." His insights painted a vivid picture of Eleanor as a formidable adversary, one who thrived on control and intimidation. Jack's words resonated deeply with Ethan, highlighting the importance of community support in his struggle against the HOA president. With Jack's guidance and encouragement, Ethan began to realize that he wasn't alone in his fight, igniting a spark of hope in the face of adversity. The pivotal HOA meeting marked a turning point in Ethan's battle against Eleanor Voss. During the session, Eleanor proposed a new rule specifically targeting Ethan's dream of owning a boat, suggesting restrictions on boat docking that would effectively eliminate his plans. The significance of this proposal was clear. It was a direct attack on Ethan's aspirations and a blatant display of Eleanor's power. As tensions rose, a heated exchange erupted, with Ethan passionately defending his rights as a homeowner and emphasizing the importance of personal freedom within the community. Jack backed him up, his voice booming through the room. "This is a power grab. Next, we'll lose our driveways." His fervent arguments resonated with many residents, sparking a wave of support that momentarily united them against Eleanor's oppressive tactics. Ultimately, the community's response led to the temporary defeat of her proposal, giving Ethan a glimmer of hope and reinforcing the notion that collective strength could challenge her authority. Ethan's heart raced as he approached the dock, only to be met with the shocking sight of his boat missing. Panic set in as he frantically searched the area, calling out to neighbors and retracing his steps, desperate for any sign of his prized possession. When he realized it was truly gone, he contacted the police, who arrived to take his report, but their reassurances did little to calm his rising anxiety. In a cruel twist, Eleanor Voss appeared, falsely claiming that the boat had been impounded due to violations of HOA rules, further deepening Ethan's despair. The emotional impact of the theft weighed heavily on him. The boat represented not just a dream, but a symbol of freedom and joy. As he grappled with the loss, Ethan felt the walls closing in, intensifying his resolve to confront the injustices he faced in Lakeside Haven. Ethan's world took another turn when he stumbled upon an IRS letter addressed to Eleanor Voss, which hinted at financial irregularities within the HOA. Intrigued and suspicious, he decided to investigate further, leading him to Victor Lopez, a savvy accountant and fellow resident who had his own concerns about Eleanor's management of community funds. Together, they delved into the HOA's financial records, uncovering a shocking embezzlement scheme that revealed Eleanor's sudden and unexplained wealth. Public records showed she'd nearly lost her house after her husband's death. But 2 years ago, her fortunes flipped. She paid off a $300,000 mortgage, bought a BMW, and flaunted luxury trips on social media. "Nobody gets that money overnight," Victor said. "This smells illegal." As they pieced together the evidence, it became clear that she had been siphoning off funds meant for community improvements, enriching herself at the expense of the very residents she claimed to protect. This revelation not only fueled Ethan's determination to confront Eleanor, but also ignited a sense of justice among the community, uniting them against her deceitful reign. Ethan's determination to expose Eleanor Voss's crimes led him to collaborate with Agent Michael Tran of the FBI, who specialized in white-collar crime. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Agent Tran initiated an investigation into Eleanor's financial misconduct, gathering evidence of her embezzlement and other illicit activities. Together, they devised a plan to catch her in the act of selling stolen goods, setting up a sting operation that would reveal her true nature. Using his tech skills, Ethan installed GPS trackers on his boat and enlisted a friend to pose as a cash buyer, offering $100,000 with no paperwork. Eleanor bragged during the meeting, "He moves boats, cars, art, gets them out of the country. No questions." The stakes were high. Not only was Ethan fighting for justice for himself and his neighbors, but he also risked retaliation from Eleanor, who had proven to be ruthless. As the operation unfolded, the tension mounted, with Ethan acutely aware that exposing her crimes could either liberate Lakeside Haven or plunge him deeper into her web of deceit. The atmosphere at the marina was electric with tension as Ethan and Agent Michael Tran prepared for the dramatic confrontation with Eleanor Voss. As they waited, every second felt like an eternity, the weight of the moment pressing down on Ethan. Suddenly, Eleanor arrived, unaware that the FBI was poised to ambush her. When the agents moved in, they uncovered a trove of evidence against her, including stolen goods and financial records that detailed her embezzlement scheme. Ethan remotely triggered the boat's emergency alarm, causing lights to flash and a horn to blare. Morales, the smuggler, panicked and drove straight into an FBI trap. Eleanor was caught with a USB drive containing fraudulent records and $50,000 in cash. The impact on the community was profound. Whispers of disbelief turned into cheers of relief as residents witnessed the downfall of the tyrant who had oppressed them for so long. For Ethan, the moment was one of vindication. The burden he had carried began to lift, replaced by a sense of justice and hope for a brighter future in Lakeside Haven. Following Eleanor Voss's arrest, Lakeside Haven underwent a remarkable transformation. Jack Harper stepped up as the new HOA president, bringing a fresh perspective and a commitment to transparency and fairness. He implemented reforms that encouraged community involvement and ensured that residents had a voice in decision-making processes. The community's resilience shone through as neighbors united, fostering a spirit of camaraderie that had long been suppressed. With the oppressive atmosphere lifted, Ethan's boat was returned, symbolizing not just the restoration of his dreams, but also the revival of hope within the community. As families gathered by the lake, laughter and joy replaced the tension that had once dominated their lives. Peace returned to Lakeside Haven, and with it, a renewed sense of purpose as residents embraced their newfound freedom and the promise of a brighter future together. His journey in Lakeside Haven serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up against injustice and corruption. His relentless pursuit of truth not only exposed Eleanor Voss's wrongdoing, but also inspired a community to unite and reclaim their voice. If Ethan's tale resonated with you, we invite you to subscribe, like, and share this video to spread awareness and inspire others. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.